So roller underneath the sacrum, hands just over the roller, and I want you to place your pelvis and spine in where you think your neutral is. So the same position you'd be if you were standing. You're not tipped up or down. And then take the arms behind you, place the hands one on top of the other, and just lift your chin to take a few breaths here. You've got that really opened position of the chest. The armpits are just opening, the hands heavy onto the mat. And really allow the ribcage to widen as you start to breathe quite deeply here, filling the lungs. And exhaling, allowing the ribcage to just close back down. A couple more breaths here. You might start to feel the hips letting go, so the hip flexors at the front just becoming a little bit more released. The sacrum at the back becoming heavier to that roller. And then lift your arms up and over and just gently place them onto the pelvis. Keep pulling your heels to your sit bones, and you're going to take a small 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock tilt. So go 12 o'clock first. Yeah, and then drop down to 6. Now just be really aware with that 6 o'clock tilt that you don't hyperextend in your lower back. You're just moving pelvis. Or actually sit bones is probably a better place to think of that movement happening. Sit bones are just lifting and then they're lowering. And then settle your pelvis back into the middle. And I find that needs to be a little bit more 6 o'clock tilt than we perhaps think. So you don't want to be tilted up here. Let the pelvis be really heavy. Take the hands to that space hold of your rib cage. And as you breathe, just let the ribs lift up into your shoulder girdle. And then breathe out, the ribs will release back down. Take 2 more breaths like this. Breathing in, ribs lifting up into the shoulder girdle. And then breathe out, release. 1 more from here. And exhale, let your back ribs drop down a little bit. Actually keep your hands there and just float your right foot off of the mat. Similar to the floats that we do in class normally. And then lower it back down, nothing else moving. Left foot floating. And lower it back down. This time float the right foot and bring it into a knee fold. But it's just going to be to that 90-degree angle. So knee above hip and then lower it back down. Yeah, left foot floats. Lifting that leg up just to that 90-degree angle. And lower it back down. And as you continue to do these, try not to shift the pelvis at all. So you're just sending the weight into the back of the pelvis. Keeping your back ribs down. Allowing that femur to flex in the hip socket, left leg, and lower. So the next time you float that right foot or right leg into your 90-degree, you're going to hold it here, feel the weight equal on the back of the pelvis, and then release your hands and take your right hand to your right knee, your right shin, and you're going to slide your left leg long so it's straight, using that left glute, and really be aware that you're not tipping off your roller here, so you're keeping your pelvis really heavy, and then you lift the left leg up to 90, and you're going to lengthen and lower it back down. Squeezing with that left glute, lifting up, and lowering back down. No movement in the pelvis here, so you're not rocking 12 and 6, you're just keeping that sacrum really heavy, pulling that right knee in towards you a little if that's a stretch that's available to you. Do 1 more from here, and this time you're going to keep your left leg up above you, Flex both feet and push your right knee to that 90. Hold your roller and you're going to go out with both legs. So abduction, adduction, squeezing in. Back of the pelvis is still really heavy. You haven't tilted at all. 3 more. Right leg's bent, left leg straight. And lift. Yeah, 2. And lifting back in. Last one. Squeezing back in. Flex your left leg. Send your right leg up to the ceiling and just pull your left leg in towards you. We'll do the same with the right leg, lowering down. Keeping the pelvis heavy, lifting back up. And however much you feel you want to kind of tilt into your 6 o'clock there, use your glute to keep your pelvis really still and stable. Lowering and lifting. Yeah, great. 2 more from here. You get that stretch in the left front hip and you're stretching out the right front hip as it lowers. Lifting back up with that right leg. Push the left knee to 90. Flex both feet and open out from here. And scoot back in. Keep going here. Almost as if you're going through water. A little bit of resistance. You're pushing out with the outer thighs. And then you're pulling in with the inner thighs. Last 2. Good job. Last one. And lift all the way back up. Now send your left foot up to meet it. And you're going to bend the knees. Flex the feet again and do a double leg lower. But really keep hold of that pelvis. So don't drop into your lumbar spine there, and then just pick the heels up and we'll lift again up towards 90 and lower. Nothing moving in this torso. Lift. You could swap these for single leg lifts if you feel that the double is too much on your lower back. Yeah, really good. And lift. 2 more here. Lifting back up. 1 last one. And lift. Now just pull your knees in towards your chest. Let the knees open to shoulder width and stretch out from pelvis to lumbar. And you might want to miss this next one if your back is a little bit iffy or a bit sore. We're going to come into a rollover, but start with a double leg lengthen. So reach the legs away. Really heavy with your pelvis, and then lift up and start to push your roller away as you roll over and then roll all the way back down. And you're going to push the roller out the way, bend your legs, take the feet onto the roller and just slide your roller along so that your back of your ankles are on top of the roller, and you're going to grab your hand weights from here, taking them up above you, really lengthening through the elbows, keyhole arms turning in and turning out. And however much you think you're straightening those elbows, straighten them a little bit more. So you're really using the muscles from up into your armpits. The back ribs are dropping to the mat. Let's do 1 more with your keyhole.